What's up, YouTube? I'm Steven. Welcome back to my channel, Eau de Treasure. This is EDT episode 59. Here is the box that I got in the mail yesterday. Not from Amazon, the seller used the Amazon box to ship. But I'm going to open this one up, and again, as I've had a lot of videos already on my channel, this is another great find. This is a vintage Jean Paul Gaultier lemale, and it looks really nice. So I picked this one up, and we're gonna take a look at the can, take a look at the bottle. We're gonna give a spray and see how it smells, and just talk a little bit more and compare this to the ones that I have already acquired. Check out my channel, go back to the videos. Episode 5 is the first Jean Paul Gaultier video I did. Episode 40, episode 43, these are all different bottles that I got that are worth mentioning that I opened up on the channel. So let's open this one up. This one, I was able to see the bottom of the bottle and the bottom of the can in the listing. The seller put that in there, but it's covered up by a sticker, and I couldn't really see all the details, but it looked good. And the price was just okay. I've gotten these cheaper. I had to spend a little bit more money because I had another buyer competing with me. I'll tell you about what happened later in the video. I already opened it. I cut around to already so that I can just make one slice and open it up so it's easier. Let's take a look at this one. You can watch those videos I mentioned, especially episode 5. I talk all about lemale and how it's my top 5 fragrances ever. Francis Kurkdjian, it's considered a masterpiece, and I think it is. Really changed men's perfumery going forward. All right, so let's take a look at the can first of all. Let's see what condition the can is in. It's a 75 ml. As I said, it's hard to find the 125 mLs that are the vintage ones. And we know that this is an early version because the ridges on the can are in the middle here. That changes later. There's no picture of the lemale bottle on the outside. Top is pretty clean. Top is fairly clean. There's not too much rust on this can. And this seam usually gets rusty if it's been sitting out in a humid weather. And this is really clean. So overall, I guess this is to be expected over time. It would really have to be in perfect condition, to be stored in perfect condition for this to not look that way, to look clean like that. So this is fairly clean. There's no dust, so it hasn't been sitting out. It's been sitting somewhere where it doesn't get dusty. Let's look at the bottom of the can, show you some interesting things here. Good, so I just wanted to double check, 75008, that tells us that this is the first year, 1995 or 96. And the Japanese sticker is on it. This is the Japanese product sticker. So I live in Japan. What I'm buying, these are mostly sold in Japan products. And they put a sticker on it, so because Japanese people can't read this, but they want to read the information about the product. You can see it says 75 ml. This is the Japanese writing for Jean Paul Gaultier lemale. And they can't say lemale well. Like if you read this, it's Rumadu. That's how they pronounce this lemale. Look at the batch code. It starts with a T. TOA108X. And as I said in the other videos, it's hard to make sense. There's no database that I know of that makes sense of Jean Paul Gaultier batch codes. And some people think A, B, C in order. That tells you what year it came out. But here's a first year or second year, 95 or 96 with a T. So maybe this reflects the alphabet. Maybe A is January, but I don't think so because you have T, you have X and Z and U, so I don't know if this can tell you what month it came out, what year. You just have to go by clues, and that's the biggest clue. 75008 is 95 or 96, and that's all. So let's open this thing up carefully. Let's put it down. You hold it down and kind of twist like that. The cans are really bulky and annoying. I know it's a style thing, and it does look kind of cool and unique, but it's really annoying as a collector to deal with these things. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. It's on a stand as usual, which is kind of annoying too. All right, let's take a look at this thing. Carefully take it out of the stand. Lemale. Let's look inside the can. It should have a foam donut inside. There it is. There is that foam donut that I talk about. It's not a white plastic thing. So that is the first year or two. And let's look at the bottle here. Looks really clean. It looks really nice, meaning it's not all, it didn't get the juice all over and mess up the white stripes. Really clean. What do you think, guys? This thing is really, really clean. Wow. I'm happy about that. All right, so it has the clip, which means it's been stored. It hasn't been used a lot because people always lose these clips. It's like 60% of the time these things are missing. And this part here is white, and if it's used a lot, it starts to discolor. And you can use a sponge with some detergent and just kind of rub it and get it to be whiter again. This is clean. Wow, this is fantastic. Let's look at the bottom. Now the bottom has this Japanese sticker right over it. And that's okay because we have the can. BPI, so you can't see it, but right here it says 7008 Paris. So that tells you it's the first edition. Right in the middle is the batch code. So this information, it's a good thing that we have the can, because if I didn't have the can, I would be kind of hesitant to buy this for the price that I paid. This tells us there's the batch code is under that sticker and that 75008. Okay. So if you're new, this is interesting information for you, but if you've seen my other videos, you know all this stuff already. Let's give it a test spray. Let's see how it smells. All right, this hand is clean, and I expect it to smell nice. Okay, nice blast on that hand. Let's check out the level. How much is still inside this sucker? All right, according to the description, it was full up to here. It was full almost to the top. So let's see if that's the case. It's hard to tell on the video here. So let me put it on the table here. Let's see. You see it shaking around in there? So it's right up to this line, which is the top of the arm hole, the shoulder here. That's really good. If I'm looking at it, if I can imagine how much that is, there's like 5 ml missing, if that. 3 to 5 ml, because new it's about up to here. So 3 to 5 ml. So this is probably what happened with this one. The person bought it in Japan, probably pretty expensive at the time, probably 60 bucks at the time. Bought it, probably sprayed it a lot and wore it for, I'd say, 1 week. 1, maybe 2 weeks. And just kind of wasn't into it anymore. And when they sprayed it every day, they were particular about it. My guess is they put the clip back on it, like so. They put the clip back on it, they put it back in here, and then put the can on it and just stored it that way every day, I guess. It doesn't have a whole lot of, if it's taken in and out of that, there would be a lot of lines on this, and it doesn't. It's pretty clean. So that's all I need is just 1 spray. I have open bottles of this. I have a bottle sitting by my front door that has about this much left in it, maybe 15 or 20 ml left in it. That's an original one. And like, that's my dumb reach. If I don't have anything else and I'm at the door and I forgot to put on some cologne, I'll just grab that one. It still smells great. Let's see how this one smells. Yeah, it smells wonderful. It smells fantastic. I think a big difference with the vintage ones and the new ones, as I've said before, is there's just like this warm there's just this warmness to it. This, I don't know if it's the vanilla or tonka bean, but there's something warmer about this one than the newer one. It smells a little bit, for lack of a better word, like sterile. There's just something missing from the new ones. The new ones are nice, but they are a little bit different than this, not to mention the longevity. So real quickly, let me put this back in the can, and I want to show you some of the other ones that I have here, and I'll compare them. Okay, here are some other lemale cans. This is the one that I just got today with the batch code T to start. This is the one I did in the other video that I did, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos ago that I got. This is a 75116, and this one I think is from, let's say, 98, 99 to 2003 with a D batch code on it. So that's what it looks like. If you compare these two, they pretty much look the same. So the can stayed the same through this time. You just notice that the only difference is the area code, the address code in France. And with the way the batch code is typed on is different. Let's look at this one. This one is a 75116 that has never been opened. It has the seal. It's a little bit dirty there, and you can see it's the same thing. It's not that much different, these two. I'm looking at them right now. And just the batch code is an F here. And finally, this is a modern one. It's got the Japanese sticker on it. Interestingly, it has this little black square. They all have that. And I don't have anything. I can't really show you anything else here. 93161 is the batch code. Parfums, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Antonio Puig. So the company now, Antonio Puig, produces the Jean-Paul Gaultier lemale products. This is a 75 ml. I'm guessing this one is like a 2015 or 2016, one of the recent ones. I think the price was really cheap. That's why I bought it, just to have a recent one. And look at the difference in the can. See how the stripes changed? So I just want you to notice this too, how the stripes are different on the modern cans and the vintage ones. So that's all I have for you. One thing, what did I pay for this one real quickly? I paid less for these before, so I was a little disappointed. I paid about 4,500 yen for this, which is $30. $30 and change. The yen is so low right now. If the yen was at a normal rate, it would be around $35. But there was another buyer that wanted to buy this. The other buyer was asking questions, and I didn't want to. I asked for a discount, and then I would have paid like $25 for this, but another buyer was trying to get it, so I just grabbed it and said, screw it, I'll pay $5 more to have this. I think you'd agree. It's really nice, right? That's all I have for you for this one, another vintage Jean-Paul Gaultier lemale fragrance. If you're thinking, well, I'm showing the same stuff all the time, you know, I'm sorry for being Jeremy Fragrance, but in a way I'm not. I'm not showing the same stuff every video. Just I have so many different fragrances that I find and I acquire and add to my collection, but there are particular ones that I really love or just come up a lot and they're highly sought after and I get them. This is one of them. This is one of my favorites. Vintage lemale. I'll buy this all day, every day, as long as they're clean and nice and it's a good value. Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. I'm not in love with that one, but I know that there's a huge fan club for that. So that's same deal with that. Gucci Envy. A lot of the Gucci classics. Again, all day I'll buy those if it's a good deal. That kind of stuff. So you're going to see those like 1 out of every 5 videos. But then I'll show some other stuff. You know, I have Bulgari stuff. I have Comme des Garçons. I have some ladies' fragrances. So I just have a lot of other stuff. Check the video tab on my channel if you want to see some other stuff. Like this video, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if this is interesting to you, showing my collection and unboxing them as they come into the mail, as they come in the mail. And that's it. Leave me a comment if you want to say hi, and if you want to suggest something that I should look out for, vintage, something that I might be able to find in Japan. And that's it. I hope you're doing well out there. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.